There is a financial move waiting for you right now. A calculated, intelligent risk that most people would walk away from, but that you, as a Sagittarius, were born to recognize and seize. This is not about gambling your future on a whim. This is about understanding that your sign carries a unique gift when it comes to money. The ability to see opportunity where others see danger, and to act on it with a kind of confidence that comes from deep within your soul. The energy surrounding your finances right now is unlike anything you have felt in a long time. Something is shifting. Something is opening up. And if you stay with me through this entire video, you are going to understand exactly what that something is, how to position yourself to receive it, and why the smart risk you have been considering might just be the best financial decision you ever make. You see, Sagittarius has always been the sign of expansion. You are ruled by the planet of abundance, of growth, of reaching further than anyone thought possible. But here is what most people do not understand about you. Your boldness is not reckless. It never has been. When you take a risk, there is something guiding you. Call it intuition. Call it a gut feeling. Call it the archer's aim. Whatever you call it, it is real, and it has served you well more times than you might even remember. The problem is that somewhere along the way, you may have started doubting that inner compass. Maybe a past loss made you hesitate. Maybe someone told you to play it safe, to stop dreaming so big, to keep your feet on the ground. And you listened. You pulled back. You dimmed your fire just a little. But that fire never went out. It is still burning inside you right now. And this video is going to help you understand how to channel it into the kind of financial breakthrough that changes everything. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let us begin. Tip 1. Your relationship with risk is not what the world thinks it is. And understanding this truth is the foundation of every smart financial move you will ever make. Most people hear the word risk and they feel fear. Their stomachs tighten. Their minds race with worst-case scenarios. They picture everything falling apart, losing what they have, ending up worse than where they started. But you, Sagittarius, you hear the word risk and something entirely different happens inside you. There is a spark, a quickening, a sense that maybe, just maybe, this is the door you have been waiting for. And here is the thing that separates you from someone who is simply reckless. You do not chase every risk that comes your way. You never have. You are selective. You are instinctive. You have this remarkable ability to feel the difference between a risk that leads somewhere and a risk that leads nowhere. It lives in your body before your mind even catches up. Think about the times in your life when you took a leap and it worked out. Really think about those moments. Were you panicking? Were you sweating and second-guessing every detail? Probably not. There was a calm certainty underneath the excitement. You just knew. You could not explain it to anyone else, and maybe you did not even try, but you knew. That knowing is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is the Sagittarian gift of vision. The ability to see the trajectory of something before it fully unfolds. You are the archer, and the archer does not fire blindly. The archer sees the target, calculates the distance, feels the wind, and releases with precision. That is what your financial instincts are really like when you trust them. But here is where things get complicated. The world has been telling you for years that your approach is wrong, that you are too impulsive, too optimistic, too willing to bet on things that have not been proven yet. And because you have a generous heart and you genuinely care about the people around you, you started to internalize those messages. You started to believe that maybe your instincts were not reliable. Maybe you needed to be more cautious, more conservative, more like everyone else. And so you held back. You sat on opportunities. You watched other people make the moves that you felt in your gut were right, and you watched them succeed while you stayed safe on the sidelines. I want you to hear something very clearly right now. Playing it safe has cost you more than any risk ever did. That is not a criticism. That is a revelation. Every time you ignored your instincts to please someone else's fear, you paid a price. Maybe it was a financial price, an investment you did not make, a venture you did not pursue, a negotiation where you accepted less than you deserved. Or maybe it was an emotional price. The slow, grinding frustration of knowing you are capable of more but refusing to let yourself reach for it. Either way, the cost of safety has been enormous, and it is time to stop pretending otherwise. This does not mean you should throw caution to the wind and start making wild, unplanned decisions. That is not what smart risk looks like. Smart risk looks like trusting your instincts while also doing your homework. It looks like feeling that spark of excitement and then sitting with it long enough It looks like moving forward with confidence, but also having a plan for what happens if things do not go exactly as you imagined. You are capable of all of this. You always have been. The difference now is that the energy is finally aligned to support you in doing it. And what comes next is going to show you exactly how to begin. Tip 2. The financial opportunity you have been sensing is not a fantasy, and the universe is sending you very specific signals right now that most people would completely overlook. You have noticed something lately, have you not? A feeling that will not go away, a thought that keeps circling back. Maybe it is a business idea that keeps popping into your head at random moments. Maybe it is a conversation you had with someone that planted a seed you cannot stop watering in your mind. Maybe it is a number that keeps appearing, or a door that keeps cracking open no matter how many times you try to ignore it. These are not coincidences, Sagittarius. These are signals, and your sign is uniquely wired to receive them. The planet that rules your sign governs expansion, philosophy, and higher truth. It is the planet that says there is always more. More to learn, more to earn, more to experience, more to become. And right now, that planetary energy is activating the financial sector of your life in a way that demands your attention. You are being called to grow your wealth, but not in the conventional play it safe, follow the crowd kind of way. You are being called to grow it through vision, through calculated boldness, through the kind of move that makes other people nervous but makes you feel alive. Let me be very specific about what this looks like in practical terms. There is something you have been considering: a financial move, an investment, a career shift, a side project, a new way of generating income. You have been turning it over in your mind for weeks, maybe months. Part of you is excited about it. Part of you is terrified. And the reason you have not acted yet is because you are waiting for permission. You are waiting for someone to tell you it is a good idea. You are waiting for a sign that it is the right time. You are waiting for the fear to go away before you move forward. But here is what I need you to understand. The fear is never going to go away completely. That is not how courage works. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision to move forward, even when your hands are shaking and your heart is pounding. The signals the universe is sending you right now are not subtle. They are loud and persistent and impossible to ignore if you are paying attention. Maybe you keep encountering information related to this opportunity. Maybe you keep meeting people who are connected to it. Maybe you keep having dreams about it. Maybe every time you think about walking away from it, something pulls you back. These are not random events. This is the universe trying to get your attention, trying to show you that the timing is finally right. The energy is aligned. The path is clear. The only thing standing between you and this financial breakthrough is the decision to move. And I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking that you have felt this way before and it did not work out. You might be thinking that excitement is not the same as wisdom. And you are right. Excitement alone is not enough. But excitement combined with preparation, combined with research, combined with a clear plan and a willingness to adjust as you go, that is unstoppable. That is the Sagittarian formula for financial success. Feel the spark, honor the spark, and then build a fire that can sustain itself. You have everything you need to do this. And the next tip is going to show you exactly where to start building. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Tip 3. The way you think about money has been shaped by other people's limitations, and it is time to build your own financial philosophy from the ground up. Here is something that most Sagittarians do not realize until later in life. The beliefs you carry about money are not entirely your own. Some of them were handed to you by your family. Some of them were absorbed from the culture you grew up in. Some of them were planted by experiences that hurt you, by losses that scared you, by moments when money felt like the enemy instead of the ally. And these borrowed beliefs have been running your financial life on autopilot for years, maybe decades, without you even knowing it. Think about the messages you received about money when you were young. Money does not grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. You have to work hard for every single dollar. It is selfish to want more. Be grateful for what you have and stop reaching. These phrases sound harmless on the surface, but they are not harmless at all. They are programs. They are instructions that got installed in your subconscious mind before you were old enough to question them. and they have been shaping your financial decisions ever since. Every time you felt guilty about wanting more money, that was a program running. Every time you sabotaged a financial opportunity because it felt too good to be true, that was a program running. Every time you gave away more than you could afford because you were afraid of being seen as selfish, that was a program running. Sagittarius, your natural state is abundance. Your sign is literally ruled by the planet of expansion and plenty. You were designed to grow, to prosper, to experience the fullness of life in every dimension, including the financial one. But those old programs have been acting like a ceiling, keeping you from rising to your natural height. They have been whispering in your ear every time you get close to a breakthrough. Who do you think you are? This is too much. You do not deserve this. Something bad is going to happen. And because those whispers have been with you for so long, they feel like your own thoughts. They feel like truth. But they are not truth. They are echoes of someone else's fear. Building your own financial philosophy means sitting down and deliberately choosing what you believe about money. Not what your parents believed. Not what your teachers said. Not what the culture around you reinforces. What you believe. And I want to suggest something that might feel radical at first. What if money is not the enemy? What if money is simply energy, flowing toward the people who are open to receiving it? What if wanting more money does not make you greedy, but makes you someone who understands that resources create freedom, and freedom creates the ability to help others? This is not about becoming obsessed with wealth or making money your entire identity. You are far too philosophical and adventurous for that. This is about removing the internal blocks that have been preventing you from experiencing the level of financial abundance that is naturally available to you. It is about giving yourself permission to prosper. It is about looking at that old ceiling made of borrowed beliefs and saying, I did not build this, I do not agree with it, and I am tearing it down today. Start small if you need to. Write down every belief you hold about money. Be honest. Include the ugly ones, the ones you are ashamed of, the ones that sound ridiculous when you see them on paper. Then ask yourself one simple question about each one. Is this mine, or did someone give this to me? You will be shocked at how many of your financial beliefs belong to someone else. And once you can see them clearly, you can start replacing them with beliefs that actually serve you. Beliefs like, I am capable of creating abundance. I deserve to be compensated generously for my gifts. Money flows to me easily when I am aligned with my purpose. These are not affirmations. These are permissions. And giving yourself permission to believe them is the first step toward a completely different financial reality. The next tip is going to show you how to put this new philosophy into action in a way that feels natural and exciting. Tip 4. Your greatest financial asset is not your savings account or your resume. It is your ability to see possibilities that other people cannot even imagine. Sagittarius is the visionary of the zodiac. While other signs are focused on what is right in front of them, you are scanning the horizon. You are looking at trends before they become trends. You are connecting dots that other people do not even realize exist. And this ability, this gift of expansive vision, is worth more in the financial world than almost any technical skill or credential you could ever acquire. Think about the most successful people in any industry. What do they all have in common? It is not that they worked the hardest, although many of them did. It is not that they had the most education, although some of them were well educated. What they all share is the ability to see something that did not exist yet and believe in it strongly enough to bring it into reality. They saw the gap in the market before anyone else did. They felt the shift in consumer behavior before the data confirmed it. They sensed the opportunity in what everyone else was dismissing as impossible. That is vision. And that is exactly what you have been doing your entire life, often without even giving yourself credit for it. How many times have you said something like, I knew that was going to happen. I had that idea years ago. I could feel that trend coming before anyone else noticed. If you are honest with yourself, you have been ahead of the curve more times than you can count. The problem is not that you lack vision. The problem is that you have not been monetizing it. You have been giving your insights away for free, sharing your ideas at dinner parties, mentioning your predictions in casual conversation, and then watching someone else take action on those same ideas and profit from them. Not because they were smarter than you, not because they were more talented, but because they had one thing you were lacking at the time: the willingness to bet on their own vision. This is the moment where everything changes. This is where you stop being the person who sees the opportunity and start being the person who seizes it. And I am not talking about some vague, abstract sense of opportunity. I am talking about something very specific and very real. Right now, in this moment, there is an area of your life where your vision is trying to show you something profitable. Maybe it is a skill you have that the market desperately needs but you have been undervaluing. Maybe it is a product or service idea that solves a problem you have personally experienced. Maybe it is an investment opportunity that everyone around you is dismissing, but that you can feel in your bones is going to pay off. Your vision is your currency, Sagittarius. It is the thing that sets you apart in a crowded marketplace. And the beautiful thing about vision is that it does not require a massive investment to act on. It requires attention. It requires courage. It requires the willingness to trust what you see even when no one else can see it yet. The most profitable ventures in history started with someone saying, "I see something that is not here yet, and I am going to bring it into existence." That someone could be you. That someone should be you. And the time to start is not next year, not next month, not next week. The time to start is now, while the energy is aligned and the path is illuminated. What you discover in the next tip might just give you the exact framework you need. Tip 5. Learning to say no to good opportunities is the secret to saying yes to great ones, and this distinction is about to transform your financial life. One of the most challenging things about being a Sagittarius is that you are attracted to everything. Your natural curiosity and enthusiasm make the entire world feel like a buffet of possibilities, and you want to taste every single dish. This is a beautiful quality in many areas of life. It makes you fascinating, adventurous, and endlessly interesting to be around. But when it comes to money, this tendency to say yes to everything can actually work against you. Here is why. Every opportunity you say yes to costs you something. Costs you time. It costs you energy. Costs you focus. And those three resources, time, energy, and focus, are the most valuable currencies you have. When you spread them across too many projects, too many investments, too many side ventures, too many ideas, none of them get enough fuel to truly succeed. You end up with a portfolio of half-started, half-finished projects that are all producing mediocre results instead of one or two focused ventures that are producing extraordinary results. I know this is hard for you to hear. The idea of narrowing your focus feels like putting yourself in a cage, and nothing terrifies a Sagittarius more than feeling confined. But here is the reframe that changes everything. Choosing to focus is not about limiting yourself. It is about concentrating your power. Think about sunlight. Sunlight is warm and pleasant when it is spread across a wide area. But when you focus sunlight through a lens into a single beam, it becomes powerful enough to start a fire. Your energy works the same way. When you scatter it across 20 different opportunities, it feels warm and pleasant but produces minimal results. When you focus it into one or two carefully chosen opportunities, it becomes a force that can transform your entire financial landscape. So how do you decide which opportunities to focus on? This is where your Sagittarian instincts become your greatest asset. Remember that calm certainty we talked about earlier? The one that lives in your body before your mind catches up? That is your filter. When you encounter a financial opportunity, do not just ask yourself whether it is a good opportunity. Ask yourself whether it is your opportunity. Does it align with your vision? Does it excite you on a deep soul level, not just an intellectual level? Does it feel like something you were meant to do? Or does it feel like something you are chasing because everyone else seems to be doing it? There is a world of difference between those two feelings, and learning to distinguish them is one of the most profitable skills you will ever develop. Start practicing this today. Look at everything you are currently investing your time, energy, and money into. Be brutally honest with yourself. How many of those things are truly aligned with your vision and your deepest sense of purpose? And how many of them are just clutter? Things you said yes to because you were afraid of missing out, or because someone else convinced you it was a good idea, or because you could not bear to close a door even when it was leading nowhere. The things that are not aligned need to go. Not eventually, not when you get around to it. Now, because every ounce of energy you free up from misaligned commitments becomes available for the one thing that is truly meant for you. And when you pour all of your Sagittarian fire into that one thing, watch what happens. The next tip is going to help you identify exactly what that one thing is. Tip 6. The financial breakthrough you are looking for is hiding inside the thing you would do for free, and recognizing this connection is going to change the way you think about earning forever. There is a question I want you to sit with for a moment. And I want you to answer it honestly, without filtering, without editing, without worrying about whether the answer sounds practical or responsible. Here it is. If money were not a factor, if you knew with absolute certainty that all of your bills would be paid and your basic needs would always be met, what would you spend your days doing? Not what would you do on vacation. Not what would you do for fun on weekends. What would you build? What would you create? What would you contribute? What problem would you solve? What would you pour your heart and soul into if you knew you could never fail? Whatever just came to mind. That is it. That is the thing. And here is the part that most people never figure out. That thing, the thing you would do for free, is almost always the thing that has the greatest financial potential for you. Not because it is automatically marketable or because the market owes you money for doing what you love, but because when you are doing the thing that sets your soul on fire, you bring a level of energy, creativity, excellence, and persistence to it that is simply impossible to replicate when you are doing something you do not care about. Sagittarius, think about the difference between how you show up when you are excited about something versus when you are just going through the motions. When you are excited, you are unstoppable. You stay up late. You wake up early. You have ideas in the shower. You see connections that no one else sees. You talk about it with a passion that is contagious, and that passion draws people toward you. They want to be part of what you are building. They want to invest in it, collaborate on it, buy it, support it. Your enthusiasm becomes a magnet for opportunity. But when you are just going through the motions, when you are doing something because you think you should, or because it pays the bills, or because someone told you it was the responsible choice, you show up at half power. Maybe less. You do the minimum. You watch the clock. You dream about being somewhere else. And the results reflect that diminished energy. They are mediocre at best. This is why so many Sagittarians feel financially stuck even when they are technically doing everything right. They are working hard. They are showing up. They are following the rules. But they are following someone else's rules in someone else's game. And their heart is not in it. And without the heart, without that fire that makes you who you are, the results will always be limited. You cannot out-strategize a lack of passion. You cannot out-hustle a misaligned purpose. The only path to true financial abundance for a Sagittarius is through alignment. Doing the thing that makes your spirit sing and finding a way to make it valuable to others. Now, I know what the practical voice in your head is saying. It is saying that sounds nice, but I have bills to pay. I cannot just quit my job and follow my bliss. And you are right. I am not suggesting you do anything reckless or irresponsible. What I am suggesting is that you start building a bridge. Keep doing what pays the bills for now, but begin dedicating time and energy to the thing that lights you up. Even if it is just an hour a day. Even if it is just weekends. Even if it is just research and planning for now. Start building toward it. Because every step you take in the direction of your true purpose sends a signal to the universe that you are ready. And the universe has a remarkable way of meeting you halfway when you show up with genuine intention. The next tip is going to reveal a financial pattern in your life that you have probably never noticed before. And once you see it, you will never be able to unsee it. Tip 7. There is a cycle in your financial life that repeats itself with remarkable consistency. And understanding this cycle is going to give you an enormous strategic advantage. If you look back over the past several years of your financial history, you will notice something fascinating. Your money does not flow in a steady, predictable stream. It flows in waves. There are periods of abundance where everything seems to click. Opportunities appear. Income increases, investments pay off, unexpected money arrives from sources you did not anticipate. And then there are periods of contraction where the flow seems to slow down, where expenses pile up, where it feels like you are working twice as hard for half the results. You have experienced both of these phases multiple times, and you probably assumed they were random. They are not. Every sign has financial rhythms, but yours as a Sagittarius are particularly dramatic. The highs are higher and the lows are lower, and the transitions between them can feel jarring if you do not understand what is happening. During the expansion phases, you feel invincible. Money comes easily, doors open, and your natural optimism is rewarded at every turn. During the contraction phases, you feel confused and frustrated. You wonder what you did wrong, why the magic stopped working, whether you somehow jinxed yourself by being too confident or too fortunate. But here is the truth that changes everything. The contraction phases are not punishments. They are not failures. They are preparation. They are the universe's way of clearing space for the next wave of abundance. Think of it like the tide. The tide goes out before it comes back in, and when it returns, it often comes back stronger than before. The contraction phases in your financial life serve the same purpose. They clear away what is no longer serving you. They force you to get lean, to get creative, to question assumptions that you had been taking for granted. They strip away the excess so that when the next expansion comes, you are positioned to receive it fully. Understanding this cycle gives you an incredible strategic advantage that most people never develop. When you are in an expansion phase, instead of spending everything that comes in or assuming the good times will last forever, you can strategically set aside resources for the contraction that will inevitably follow. This is not pessimism. This is wisdom. It is the archer's long view, seeing not just the target in front of you, but the entire landscape of the journey ahead. And when you are in a contraction phase, instead of panicking or making desperate moves driven by fear, you can relax into the knowledge that this is temporary. The tide is going out, but it will come back. And while you wait, you can use this quieter period to plan, to learn, to prepare, to sharpen your aim so that when the next wave of opportunity arrives, you are ready to ride it further than ever before. Right now, as I speak to you, you are approaching the beginning of a significant expansion phase. The energy that is building around your finances is palpable, but here is the key. This expansion will be different from the ones that came before because this time you understand the cycle. This time, you are not going to be caught off guard by abundance and wasted on things that do not matter. And you are not going to be devastated by the contraction that eventually follows, because you will have prepared for it. This awareness alone puts you ahead of most people, regardless of their sign. And what I am about to share next is going to show you exactly how to maximize this coming expansion in a way that could set you up for years to come. Tip 8. The people around you are either amplifying your financial energy or draining it, and making one simple shift in your social circle could be worth more than any investment you have ever considered. This is a topic that most financial advice completely ignores, but for a Sagittarius, it might be the single most important factor in your financial success or failure. You are one of the most socially influenced signs in the zodiac, not because you are weak-willed or easily led. Quite the opposite. You are influenced by the people around you because you genuinely care about them. You absorb their energy, their beliefs, their attitudes, their expectations. And when it comes to money, the beliefs and attitudes of the people closest to you have a profound and measurable impact on your own financial behavior. Think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. The people whose opinions you value, whose approval you seek, whose voices echo in your head when you are making decisions. Now ask yourself honestly, do these people expand your vision of what is financially possible, or do they shrink it? Do they celebrate your ambitions, or do they subtly, sometimes even lovingly, discourage them? Do they talk about money with confidence and creativity, or with fear and limitation? Do they take smart risks and grow? Or do they play it safe and stay stuck? I am not suggesting you abandon your friends or your family. Your loyalty and generosity are among your most beautiful qualities, and I would never ask you to compromise them. What I am suggesting is that you become conscious of the financial energy you are absorbing from the people around you, because that energy is shaping your decisions in ways you might not realize. If every conversation about money ends with someone reminding you how hard times are, how risky things are, how unlikely success is, those messages are seeping into your subconscious and affecting your willingness to take the smart risks that could change your life. The shift I am recommending is simple but powerful. Start intentionally seeking out people who think about money the way you want to think about money. People who are abundant, generous, optimistic, and strategic. People who have done the kind of things you want to do. People who see opportunities instead of obstacles. You do not have to replace your current relationships. You just need to add new ones. Join a community of like-minded people. Find a mentor who has achieved the kind of financial freedom you are aiming for. Read books written by people who have transformed their finances through vision and courage. Listen to conversations that expand your sense of what is possible instead of contracting it. You will be amazed at how quickly your financial reality begins to shift when you change the voices in your environment. It is not magic, although it might feel like it. It is simply the natural result of exposing your Sagittarian mind to bigger ideas, bolder strategies, and more expansive beliefs about what money can do and what you deserve to receive. The right conversation at the right time can be worth more than years of grinding in the wrong direction. And right now, the universe is trying to connect you with exactly the right people. If you are willing to open yourself up to receiving them, what comes next might surprise you, because it challenges one of the most common pieces of financial advice you have ever heard. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Tip 9. Patience is not the same as passivity, and learning the difference between them is going to unlock a level of financial mastery that most Sagittarians never reach. You have probably been told your entire life that patience is a virtue, especially when it comes to money. Wait for the right time. Do not rush into things. Good things come to those who wait, and there is truth in that advice. To a point. But here is where it goes wrong for a Sagittarius. Most people who tell you to be patient are actually telling you to be passive. They are telling you to sit still, do nothing, and hope that the universe delivers what you want on a silver platter. And that is not patience at all. That is resignation dressed up in a virtue's clothing. True patience is one of the most active, engaged, energized states you can experience. True patience is the archer holding the bow fully drawn, muscles engaged, eyes locked on the target, every fiber of being focused and ready, simply waiting for the precise moment to release. The archer is not relaxing. The archer is not distracted. The archer is not passive. The archer is in a state of intense, purposeful readiness. That is what financial patience looks like for a Sagittarius. It is not sitting on the couch hoping money falls from the sky. It is preparing yourself so completely, so thoroughly, so intentionally that when the right moment arrives, you are ready to act with speed and precision. This distinction matters enormously right now because you are in a period where the temptation to either rush forward impulsively or sit back passively is very strong. The energy around your finances is building, and you can feel it. Something is coming, something big. And there is a part of you that wants to force it to happen right now, today, this minute. That is the impulsive Sagittarian energy talking. And while it means well, acting on it prematurely could cause you to miss the full potential of what is unfolding. But there is also a part of you that feels overwhelmed by the enormity of what is possible and wants to retreat into safety, to wait and see, to let someone else go first. That is the passive energy talking, and it will rob you of the opportunity entirely if you let it. The sweet spot, the place where financial magic happens for your sign, is right in the middle. It is active patience. It is the state of being fully prepared and fully present, while allowing the timing to unfold naturally. In practical terms, this means doing your research now. It means having your plans ready. It means knowing exactly what you will do when the opportunity crystallizes. It means having your finances organized, your debts managed, your resources positioned for rapid deployment. It means being so prepared that when the moment comes, there is zero hesitation. You see the target clearly, you release the arrow, and it flies straight and true. Most people either prepare without acting or act without preparing. You are going to do both in the right order at the right time. That is what makes a smart risk smart. It is not the absence of risk. It is the presence of preparation. And for a Sagittarius who has done the inner work, who has clarified their vision, who has aligned their beliefs, who has focused their energy, the arrow almost cannot miss. That is the level of financial confidence that is available to you right now. Not the false confidence of someone who has never failed, but the deep earned confidence of someone who has prepared thoroughly and trusts their ability to adapt no matter what happens. The next tip is going to give you the practical structure to make all of this real in your everyday financial life. Tip 10. Creating a financial system that honors both your need for freedom and your need for security is not just possible. It is essential. And here is exactly how to build one that works with your nature instead of against it. This is where most financial advice fails Sagittarius completely. The traditional approach to money management is built for earth signs. Methodical, conservative, detail-oriented people who find comfort in spreadsheets and budgets and rigid plans. There is nothing wrong with that approach for people who are wired that way. But you are not wired that way. You are fire. You are movement. You are expansion. And when you try to force yourself into a financial system that was designed for a completely different kind of person, you rebel. You follow the budget for 2 weeks and then blow it on something exciting. You set up the savings plan and then raid it for an adventure. You create the spreadsheet and then never look at it again. And then you feel guilty, like there is something wrong with you, like you are financially irresponsible or immature. There is nothing wrong with you. You have just been trying to use a tool that was not designed for your hands. What you need is a financial system that gives you structure without making you feel caged. A system that accounts for your spontaneous nature instead of pretending it does not exist. A system that rewards your strengths instead of punishing what the world calls your weaknesses. And I am going to sketch the outline of that system for you right now. First, divide your financial life into two distinct categories: your foundation and your freedom. Your foundation is the non-negotiable base. It covers your essential needs, your basic savings, your emergency reserves, and your long-term security. This part of your financial life should be automated as much as possible. Set it up once, make it automatic, and then forget about it. The money that goes into your foundation should flow there without you having to think about it, decide about it, or interact with it. This removes the temptation to redirect those funds towards something more exciting, and it gives you the peace of mind of knowing that no matter what happens, your base is covered. Your freedom is everything above the foundation. This is where your Sagittarian nature gets to express itself fully. This is the money you invest in your vision, in your smart risks, in your adventures, in the things that make life worth living. This is the pool of resources that you can deploy creatively, boldly, and spontaneously without guilt. Because you have already taken care of the foundation, you can take risks with the freedom money without jeopardizing your security. This is the key insight that transforms everything. You do not have to choose between security and adventure. You can have both. You just have to separate them. Within your freedom category, I recommend creating what I call a vision fund. This is a specific allocation of money that exists solely for the purpose of funding your smart risks, your business ideas, your investments, your ventures, the things that excite you and align with your vision. Having this fund means that when an opportunity presents itself, and we have already established that one is coming, you do not have to scramble to find the money. It is already there, waiting, earmarked for exactly this purpose. You can act quickly, confidently, and without the anxiety that comes from risking money you cannot afford to lose. This system works because it respects who you actually are. It does not try to turn you into someone you are not. It gives your responsible side the structure it needs to feel safe, and it gives your adventurous side the freedom it needs to feel alive. And when both parts of you are satisfied, something remarkable happens. You stop fighting yourself. You stop feeling torn between safety and risk. You stop the internal war that has been draining your energy for years. And all of that freed up energy becomes available for what really matters. Seeing the opportunity, aiming true, and releasing the arrow. What happens next in your financial journey is going to be extraordinary, and I need you to be ready for it. Tip 11. Generosity is your secret financial weapon, and the more strategically you use it, the more abundance will flow back to you in ways you never expected. This might sound counterintuitive, especially in a video about making money and taking smart risks. You might expect me to tell you to hoard your resources, to be stingy, to keep every dollar locked away in service of your own goals. But that advice would be completely wrong for a Sagittarius. Your sign thrives on generosity. It is built into your nature. You give freely, warmly, and often without thinking about it. And here is the remarkable thing. Every time you give from a place of genuine abundance and love, the universe sends more back to you. Not as a reward for good behavior, but as a natural consequence of the energy you are putting out into the world. Think of it this way. Money is energy. Like all energy, it wants to move. It wants to flow. When you hold on to it too tightly, gripping it with white knuckles out of fear that there will not be enough, you actually restrict the flow. You create a dam. And behind that dam, pressure builds. Pressure that manifests as anxiety, as scarcity thinking, as the constant low-level hum of not enough that poisons your relationship with money and makes every financial decision feel heavy and fraught. But when you allow money to flow through your life, earning it, using it wisely, giving it generously, investing it boldly, you become a conduit for abundance. The flow increases. More comes in because more is going out. The river of your financial life gets wider, deeper, and more powerful. Now, I want to be clear about something important. Strategic generosity is not the same as reckless giving. It is not about emptying your bank account to prove how spiritual you are. It is not about saying yes to every request, funding every cause, or supporting every person who asks for help. Remember what we talked about earlier regarding focus? The same principle applies here. Your generosity is most powerful when it is intentional, when it is directed toward people and causes that align with your values and your vision, when it comes from a place of abundance rather than obligation. The most financially successful Sagittarians I have observed all share this quality. They give strategically and abundantly. They invest in other people's potential. They share knowledge freely. They support communities that support them. They tip generously. They pay fairly. They offer their expertise without keeping score. And in return, they receive a constant stream of opportunities, connections, referrals, goodwill, and yes, money that seems to appear almost magically. It is not magic. It is the natural law of reciprocity at work, amplified by the Sagittarian energy of expansion and abundance. Here is a practical exercise for you. Over the next week, find 3 opportunities to be strategically generous with your money, your time, or your knowledge. Not recklessly, strategically. Choose situations where your generosity can make a genuine difference and where it feels aligned with your deepest values. Then watch what happens. Pay attention to what flows back to you in the days and weeks that follow. It might come in the form of money. It might come as an opportunity. It might come as a connection that leads to something extraordinary. But it will come, because that is how the energy of abundance works, and you are about to become a master of it. What I have to share with you next ties everything together in a way that might just bring tears to your eyes. Tip 12. The smart risk that is going to pay off for you is not just about money. It is about becoming the person you were always meant to be, and the financial abundance is simply the evidence that you have arrived. We have talked about a lot in this video. We have talked about your instincts, your vision, your beliefs about money, your cycles of abundance, your social circle, your need for both structure and freedom, your generosity, your patience, your focus. But underneath all of those practical strategies, there is something deeper happening. Something that goes beyond bank accounts and investments and financial plans. Something that touches the very core of who you are as a Sagittarius and as a human being. The smart risk that pays off. The one you have been sensing, the one the universe has been nudging you toward, the one that has been keeping you up at night with a mixture of excitement and fear. That risk is not really about money at all. It is about identity. It is about stepping into a version of yourself that you have always known was possible, but have never fully allowed yourself to become. The person who trusts their instincts without apologizing. The person who takes action on their vision without waiting for permission. The person who creates abundance not by following someone else's formula, but by following their own inner fire. That person has been inside you this entire time, waiting for you to say yes. And here is the beautiful paradox at the heart of everything we have discussed. When you take the risk of becoming that person, the money follows. Not because you chased it. Not because you tricked the system. Not because you got lucky. But because when you are fully aligned with who you really are, you become magnetic. You attract opportunities that match your energy. You draw in people who want to support your vision. You make decisions from a place of clarity and confidence that produces results you could never achieve from a place of fear and limitation. The money is not the cause of your transformation. It is the effect. It is the universe's way of saying, yes, you are on the right path. Keep going. So here is what I want you to take away from everything you have heard today. The smart risk is not some external financial maneuver that you need to figure out and execute perfectly. The smart risk is the internal decision to stop playing small, to stop dimming your fire, to stop apologizing for your ambitions, to stop listening to the voices that tell you to be realistic when what they really mean is be afraid. The smart risk is choosing to believe in your own vision, to trust your own instincts, to build your own financial philosophy, and to take action even when you cannot guarantee the outcome. You are a Sagittarius. You are the archer. You were born to aim high, to shoot far, to explore territories that other people are too afraid to enter. And when it comes to money, that same energy applies. You are not here to play it safe and die with a full savings account and an empty heart. You are here to live fully, to risk boldly, to give generously, and to create a financial reality that reflects the enormity of your spirit. The arrow is already on the string. Your aim is true. The target is clear. All that remains is the courage to release, And that courage, Sagittarius, has been inside you all along. I believe in your ability to create the financial life you dream about. Not because it is easy, not because you will never face setbacks, but because you have something that cannot be taught, something that cannot be faked, something that the world desperately needs. The fire of a sign that refuses to stop growing, refuses to stop believing, and refuses to stop reaching for something greater. This is your moment. The energy is on your side. The cycle is turning in your favor. The opportunity is real and it is close. Trust yourself. Trust your vision. Take the smart risk. And watch as your financial life transforms in ways that would make even you, the eternal optimist, shake your head in amazement. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift. Or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.